Hello, astrology friends and family. Welcome to July. I'm just going to go over some of the bigger outer planet aspects, and then we're just going to dive right into all 12 signs. Okay, so as we start off July, all of the inner planets are direct, and sorry about my notifications. The outer planets like Saturn and Pisces had started retrograding at the end of June. Pluto was already retrograding in Aquarius, and Neptune will station retrograde in Pisces on July 2nd, and that will continue all the way until January 1st of 2025. He'll stay there direct for a little bit and then move straight into Aries in March of 2025. The beginning of the month with the Cancer energy will be watery and sweet and will be sextiling Mars and Taurus. It will be a great time for time out, spending time with family, friends, exercising in water like stand-up paddleboarding, canoeing, any kind of like boating, swimming activities, things like that. And it's also a great time to be creative and put your inner, with all of the inner planets direct, put your little, launch your little dreams out into their cosmic sailboats, out into the ethers. You could be beautifying the spaces that you live in, developing a garden with Mars here in Taurus. You could also be maybe working on a pond or a pool. This is Cancer season now, so any kind of cooking with friends, cookouts, time out near and around water, sports and togetherness is just going to feel great at this time. On July 2nd, the big news is Neptune stationing retrograde at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree, in Pisces until January 1st. I already mentioned those dates. This is now kind of, I don't want to say your last chance, but kind of with Neptune in Pisces, to make your deepest, wildest, biggest dreams real. We have until March 31st, 2025. This will be the last go of Neptune and Pisces for a very long time. And so what this is good for, it's digging deep, it's molding, shaping, and putting into structure, because don't forget Saturn is here in Pisces as well. Putting into structure and action your wildest dreams. I would say right now you'd be building the structure around those dreams, whatever they may be, and then preparing to really launch them out when Neptune goes direct next January. So they can be made real here with Saturn. And if you had given up on your dreams coming true, no more. Do not do that. With Saturn here, he's saying, don't give up, but you're going to have to work for it. So you don't get something for nothing. So he wants you to build that dream. Even after Neptune leaves Pisces in March, get it started now, because Saturn will help you continue working on that dream until February of 2026, because that's when Saturn will leave Pisces. And I'll tell you what this means for each of the 12 signs when I get into that prediction. Okay, sorry. All month, Uranus and Taurus will be sextiling Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. You could have surprising insights, shocking solutions to developing structure around your dreams. You could come up with innovative ways to make money from things that you were only dreaming of up until now. You could also come up with innovative ways or solutions to help global issues like global suffering peoples. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I won't get into the mundane astrology. My favorite organization is UNICEF. Near and dear to my heart. I'll put their link in the description box down below if you have the means to donate to them. They help children in war-torn places. Right now, solutions can come up regarding water problems, pollution, the oceans, as Neptune rules the seas. And let me see, I know there was like a little girl who had just come up with some kind of a solution dealing with like a mollusk or oyster issue. And they are an important part of the oceanic ecosystem. There could be solutions to food shortages, innovative farming solutions, innovative ways to protect cows, and the leather industry. If you're a vegetarian, I think we may see innovative ways or alternative means of using leather. Mushroom leather is a thing, and I love it. And that would be a perfect example of Uranus and Taurus. and affecting the cattle industry, but in a positive way. Again, with Pluto in the mix, this would be really transformational solutions that come to the forefront now. Very powerful solutions that could change the world, quite literally. There could be ideas that emerge now or ways to help people who are suffering. 12th house. Pisces rules faraway places and people who are marginalized or who suffer in society. I love this part, but powerful Piscean leaders or leaders with those traits can come up to the forefront now, especially with Saturn in their sign is crystallizing them and making them the wise one, the wise teacher, and an authority. I keep seeing also Aquarian Pisces types that will, in my mind, although I think they're already starting to show themselves now and in the near future, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius. And yeah, I think it's going to be great to see. On July 5th, there is a new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees, trining Saturn. So what you begin now has the builder in the mix. Any creative projects, if you're building a home, Cancer rules the house, the home, roots, and family. Making structural changes there within the family, or maybe even like adding on to your home. New beginnings around these themes can happen now, and they would be changes that will last with Saturn there. On July 11th, Venus in Cancer trines Neptune and Pisces at 29 degrees and sextiles Uranus and Saturn, and loosely Saturn. Venus is pretty happy in Cancer, and Neptune is in its domicile in Pisces. We could have sudden emotional healing in the family, soulmate, past life love could be on its way, otherworldly love that would be the highest octave of Venus is Neptune. Profound spiritual love or realizations, beautiful creative works of art, movies, music can come to the forefront or crystallize in some people's minds. You can deal with issues from the past and transcend them now. Just watch out here. There could be a little bit of relationship drama, jealousy, or power plays because Pluto will be opposing Venus in this aspect. Venus will be entering Leo at that 1 degree mark. But it's good, making good aspects to Saturn and Uranus. And remember that Venus moves faster than Pluto. So this should pass quickly. It's just something that I want to mention to look out for. On July 12th, Venus enters Leo. It's great for fire signs, Gemini, Libras. Venus will trine Chiron and Aries in the North Node, and this could really heal that Chiron wound in the Aries part of your chart. For once and for all, it could be fated healing that comes through at this time, maybe even through acting or through some art form, creativity and healing with children or for children or because of children. The child within can also be healed. Aries can be very childlike in a way. They're the first sign of the zodiac. Or a way forward in these areas with the North Node can be shown here, drawing you to like a destined healing art form, a destined business that heals you on a soul level. A destined child could be in the mix, bringing tremendous healing to your soul, for those of you who may be expecting. On July 18th, Mercury enters Cancer and the Sun is sextiling Uranus. So your mind and thoughts and intuition can be spot on at this time. And Mars is in a sextile to this aspect, and Neptune is positive in the mix too. You could be enjoying water sports, and this is around July 18th. Beaches, paddle boating, canoeing, swimming with family and friends now. Working on some form of a creative project or writing, and just be in a good flow with sudden inspirations or ideas that can have a long-term financial payoff. July 21st, there will be the second of a full moon in a blue moon cycle in Capricorn, 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, which is also a very finishing, finite degree. We had a full moon on June 21st in Capricorn. This one will be trining Uranus in Taurus, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, or in Capricorn because it's retrograding backwards, and sextiling Neptune in Pisces. There can be an echo effect at this time around the legacies that we're trying to build, our worldly dreams and aspirations that we're trying to make concrete, being balanced out with the home fires in the domicile. We could have completion here of worldly professional goals. Sudden public recognition can happen now for some too, especially with Uranus here. It can happen suddenly. Father figures could be in the mix in a big way and maybe could be assisting you somehow. But I see it as generally pretty positive. July 23rd, the sun enters Leo, its rulership, and the rest of the month will be flowing with fire energy, trining Chiron in Aries, trining the North Node, giving a boost to these fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and sextiling Libra and Gemini. On July 28th, Neptune will come into an exact sextile with Pluto, and this will continue for the rest of the year. What this could look like would be otherworldly creative projects can be born, deep spirituality, probing into the deeper dimensions of the spirit world, going on a pilgrimage that will change your life. I don't know, Easter Island just popped in my head. Maybe somebody's going there. I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I think it's such a cool thing to see these giant stone heads sticking out of the ground and imagining their bodies buried somewhere deep below the earth or within the earth. Anyway, fantastic works of art could be born, music and movies. You could heal inner complexes that have kept you stuck, and things that have been like a poison to your soul can be healed and released now. Realizations and just forgiveness in your life story can happen. The healing can come now. Also, finding a profound healer or somebody with these traits can appear, and they will have been divinely guided to you. They can be very deeply Piscean or Neptunian in nature. And I think I'll make a separate video for that because it's such a huge, beautiful aspect, and it's a very powerful one at that. And I will mention this in all 12 signs, and let's dive in. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. On July 2nd, Neptune will retrograde back into your third house of the mind, community, education, trainings, coursework, apps, social media, vehicles, siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, etc., where Saturn has been sitting since last March. This is an opportunity until next January and March, when Neptune goes direct and then moves on, to solidify and put structures into place around the topics of writing, books, neighborhoods, all the other things that I just mentioned. And say, for example, if you wanted to change your neighborhood, Saturn has you thinking seriously about this now. Or if you're trying to start a small business, this is also the house of self-made wealth. And this also rules early childhood education and day-to-day movement. Here, there's a chance to redo, go back over, and make sure you are serious about those aforementioned topics. For example, if you're starting a small business or short course of study, Saturn is here to make sure that you get it done and put in the efforts daily and consistently. Also on July 2nd, Mercury moves into Leo in your 8th house of deep intimacy, shared resources, where we bury our issues or inherit our issues. It is a house of death, rebirth, deep intimacy, investments, taxes, loans also fall here. And while Mercury is here until July 25th, and just a quick side note, I apologize. In the introduction, I mentioned that Mercury was entering Cancer on July 18th. I apologize. It was a big mix-up. I had meant for June. I had just gotten my months mixed up there. Anyway, Leo, Mercury, July 2nd to the 25th. These 8th house topics will be highlighted for you. There will be communications happening around these topics as well. Could be discussions around investments or loans or borrowing money, maybe for children, or their education, as Venus rules your 5th house of love, romance, and children, and creativity. The 5th house is also a money house, so you could be dealing with investments here too, or speculative gains. Sports falls in this area. You could be discussing them. You and a love partner could be experiencing deep intimacy, as the 5th house is a house of romance, and we're also dealing with another house of intimacy, which is the 8th house, over the next few weeks. On July 5th, the new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees happens in your partnership house, the 7th house of marriage, business contracts, and the public. This moon trines Saturn, and Saturn sitting over in your 3rd. The third house is also can be a house of business and contracts, your neighborhood, your local community. Did you possibly start a business with a partner or are thinking about it? If so, this new moon is very fortuitous with a beneficial fixed star called Sirius, the dog star, baking into this new beginning and protecting anything that you are beginning now in the areas of marriage, business deals, the public showing of a small business, social media apps if you're developing something like that or working through social media. Maybe a change of a neighborhood is in the cards as well. And Saturn making an aspect to this is in positive flow to this new moon, adding longevity to these matters and stability, giving you also endurance to make sure that anything new that you begin now is lasting and that you don't skip any steps. With Saturn, you always have to put an effort, but because he's trining this really beautiful, fortuitous new moon, I feel that the efforts will be easy and that you will want to make the efforts. It won't seem like a struggle or so difficult as Saturn can sometimes seem that way. On July 11th, Venus enters Leo, adding Mercury here and adding that influence and lighting up further this 8th house. And Venus could be negotiating a lucrative financial deal. She'd be trying to get money to flow to you over the next few weeks while she's here until August 4th. Good news can come in around money, around loans, around your partner's resources. Maybe you refinanced interest rates. There could be positive developments in intimacy and deep bonding with a partner behind closed doors over the next few weeks. Maybe the two of you go away somewhere together. Positive transformations, inheritance is here. Money gains through others, or even creative projects can happen now. As Venus will trine the North Node. Venus will trine the North Node and Chiron in your 4th house of home, family, and roots. If there's been a wound around your family life, while Chiron has been sitting there in the 4th house, a wound around your mother or mothering or motherhood in general, or difficult issues have come to light here. Now you can have true healing with Venus and Mercury beaming over in a trine to communicate through any of these issues. Maybe you're talking through therapy, or maybe you're just talking in general. Maybe you're moving to a new home that will be like a great healing move for your family as well. With the North Node of Destiny here, it will be a destined move, and Venus is blessing this with Venus is blessing this with love. It could be a place that you'll love, and you could secure this money in a contract at this time for a new home as well, and over the next few weeks. July 15th, the Mars-Uranus conjunction happens in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, children's sports, financial wins, lottery wins can happen here as well. And I think for you, this might actually be positive. For some signs, not so much. But Mars and Uranus and Taurus trines you, and it trines up to your 9th house of higher mind, positive thinking, higher education. So maybe you get like sudden insight, sudden news about a child. Could be news about a child. A child maybe gets accepted into college, and the sudden news comes in. You could get information coming in through a romantic partner or for them, sudden creative opportunities, land investments, because Taurus rules land and farms, and this conjunction is happening in Taurus. This happens for Capricorn risings or with Taurus placements from 24 to 28 degrees. If anything negative does come up at this time, it can be quickly resolved or should have a healing overall beneficial solution, with Neptune sending positive aspects over to this conjunction, and Pluto as well is positively aspecting this conjunction. Either way, if it is negative, watch out for anger with loved ones or children if anything comes up. Or a child could be feeling or experiencing this conjunction in a more negative way. So just trying to be there for them, be calm if anything does come up. watch your children at this time, watch yourself, watch your anger if this is the case. Also, being careful while driving, but in a positive way. This can be used to do something new and fun and exciting in the 5th house of creativity and action and sports and things like that. Might be a good way to use that energy carefully, though. On July 21st, the full moon happens in your 1st house. So, and this is happening at the anaretic 29th degree, which is a degree of completion. You already had echoes of this back in June when we had a Capricorn full moon at 1 degree. Now this time around, you could be wrapping something up around your appearance or goals you're trying to complete. Maybe you started a new health regime and you're starting to see results now. You could receive recognition for work that you've been doing, creative projects, goals that you set. Financials could be coming in. You also just may need rest after maybe exerting yourself, or exciting news or completion and recognition has been happening around a project that you were working hard on. On July 23rd, the sun moves into Leo, adding to that stellium in your 8th house, shining a light on any issues that may have come up around shared resources. But with Venus and Mercury here, I really think there's actually been positive things going on, positive discussions around love and intimacy, intimate times with somebody that you love or a partner, shared money and investments. There could be good news around that, or you could opportunities for these things could be really lighting up, and you could be seeing opportunities at this time for the next several weeks while the sun is in Leo until August 22nd. You could be experimenting now with like a bold new look, and with all this Leo energy here, it would be maybe like a unique hairstyle or, a different cut that gives you a whole new look. And yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now, and we'll see you in August.